Hello students, my name is Uday Kumar. I am lecturer in mathematics in Government BU College, Bangalore. And in this video, I am giving the explanation about the exponential and logarithmic function. Students, you already studied some other functions like algebraic function, trigonometric functions, constant function, modulus function, greatest integer function, etc. But you have not come across these two functions, that is exponential function and logarithmic function. These functions are very important not only for mathematics but also for physics and chemistry. Now I will start with the introduction of this concept by the indices. You know that 3 into 3 into 3 into 3, that's equal to 3 to the power 4, and which is equal to 81. This result you know. Now, you understood what is the meaning of 3 to the power x, where x is any natural number. 3 power 1, 3 power 8, 3 power 100, and all these things are defined, and you understood what is the meaning of 3 to the power x, where x is any natural number. Further, if a is any real number and a into a into a into a n times is represented by a power n, and this is read as a is raised to the power n, or just briefly a raised to n. And if a is raised to the power n is equal to some b, suppose a raised to n is equal to some b, then we can say that nth root of b is a. That is the meaning of nth root of a real number. You know that what is 2 to the power 3? 2 to the power 3 is equal to 8. Therefore, cube root of 8 is equal to 2, and this is the meaning of nth root of a real number. And this is the example. You can understand what is the meaning of nth root of a number. Suppose if you want to find cube root of minus 125, you can write the value of cube root of minus 125, and which is equal to minus 5. That is, nth root of b is denoted by like this, nth root of b. Read it as nth root of b, and it is also represented like this, that is b to the power 1 by n. Nth root of b is also represented like this. Now come to the laws of indices. If a and b are any two non-zero real numbers and m and n are any natural numbers, then a power n into a power n is equal to a power m plus n. A raised to m divided by a raised to n is equal to a raised to m minus n. A into b raised to m is equal to a raised to m into b raised to m. A by b raised to m is equal to a raised to m divided by b raised to m, and a raised to m raised to n is equal to a raised to mn. These are the laws of indices, and which is required for analyzing the logarithm function. Note these things. What is a raised to 0? A raised to 0 is equal to 1, and 1 by a raised to m is equal to a raised to minus m, and nth root of a raised to m is denoted by a raised to m by n. Now a power m by n is defined for all m and n are integers and n not equal to 0. That is, for every rational number a power x is defined. You just see here, just take 2 to the power 3 by 2. And what is 2 to the power 3 by 2? 2 to the power 3 by 2 means, according to definition, you can see here, that is equal to square root of 2 to the power 3. And what is 2 to the power 3? 8. That is square root of 8. Thus, a power m by n is defined when m by n is a rational number. That is, if a is any positive real number other than 1, a power x is defined for all x belongs to q. Now, the laws of indices also holds for the rational number. Whatever the laws we have stated earlier, that also holds for the rational numbers. Now, what is 2 to the power root 2? Can you tell the meaning of 2 to the power root 2? It is difficult to tell now. You can understand what is 2 to the power x, where x is a rational number. But when x is irrational number, what is the value of this? That is, what is 2 to the power x when x is irrational number? To define this, we will introduce a new function, and that is like this. Let us consider a function y is equal to f of x is equal to 1 plus x by 1 factorial plus x square by 2 factorial plus x cube by 3 factorial plus x to the power 4 by 4 factorial plus so on infinity, and let us call it as e power x. Here what is e? That let us get the value of e after defining this, and e is some notation, just let it be some notation. We call it as e power x. And what is e? And let us get the value of e like this. First let us find e power 0. That is, what is e power 0? E power 0 is equal to 1. Just put x equal to 0 here. You get e power 0. In the right side, it is e to the power 0. Left side, if you put x equal to 0, second term onwards, everything will become 0. And you will get e to the power 0 is equal to 1. Now, let us find the value of e. And what is e? E is equal to, according to definition, e power 1. E means e power 1. E raised to 1 is equal to, if we apply this series, we will have e raised to 1 is equal to 1 plus 1 by 1 factorial plus 1 by 2 factorial plus 1 by 3 factorial and so on. And 1 factorial, you know that that's equal to 1 by 2, 1 plus 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 6 plus so on. And it is approximately equal to 2.71828. This is the approximate value, not exact value. And here the digits continue like this and it never ends. Okay, and it is an irrational number. Okay, this e is an irrational number. E power x is defined like this. This is one exponential function where the base is e. Now, e power x is always greater than 0. The reason is, when x is positive, anyhow e power x is always positive. When x is negative, it will become, you can write it as e power minus y, where y is some positive number. That is equal to 1 by e power y, and which is also positive. Therefore, e power x is always greater than 0. You remember this result. Now, therefore, we can understand the domain of the function is R. E power x is defined for all real number, and the range is 0 to infinity, because it cannot be 0 and it is always positive, and that's why the range is 0 to infinity. Remember the domain of the function e power x and the range of the function. Domain is real number and range is 0 to infinity. Thus, for all y in 0 to infinity, there is a real number x such that y is equal to e power x. Because now let us take a real number which is in this interval 0 to infinity. That is, let a be the elements in this interval. That is, it is a positive real number and a is not equal to 1. Here, I will take a not equal to 1 because to make the function 1, 1. Therefore, if a is equal to 1, you know that 1 power anything is 1. That's why for all x it maps to 1 only. Then the function will not become 1, 1. That's why I'll take a not equal to 1. And if a is a positive real number and not equal to 1, and now let a is equal to e power b, where b is in R, because you know that for all the elements in this there is a b in the domain such that a is equal to e power b. Now you define y is equal to a power x. What is a power x? A power x means what is a? What is a? A is e power b. And if you substitute a is equal to e power b here, you will have e power b power x, and that's equal to e power bx. And you know the definition of e power x. And e power x bx is also defined. E power bx is equal to 1 plus bx by 1 factorial plus bx whole square by 2 factorial and so on, which is defined, and it is a function from R to R. Thus, we have the function y is equal to a power x, and while defining itself, I have taken a not equal to 1 because to make the function 1 1 and on 2, and a is greater than 0. And the graph of the function, I have taken the graph of the function f of x equal to 2 to the power x. And what is 2 to the power 0? 2 to the power 0 is 1. And it passes through the point 0, comma 1. What is 2 to the power 1? 2 to the power 1 is equal to 2. This is the 1 point. What is 2 to the power 2? 4. What is 2 to the power 3? 8. And what is 2 to the power minus 1? 1 by 2. What is 2 to the power minus 2? 1 by 4. What is 2 to the power minus 3? 1 by 8. And like this, the value of the function becomes smaller and smaller, but it never becomes 0. Okay, it is approaching 0, but never becomes 0. And in the right side of y-axis, it goes on increasing, and this is the graph of the function y is equal to 2 to the power x. And if similarly you can take 3 power x, 4 power x, or even root 2 to the power x, it is defined.